What's up, man? What's going on? What's up? I like that. Have a seat real quick. I'm Jay Working. What's your name? Major. I knew that already. Have a seat real quick. I'm gonna show you some stuff real quick. How? Boom. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. I love getting some young people in here because I don't always get young people in here all the time like I used to. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel real quick. I'm gonna pull up something, and then I'm gonna talk about what I was doing at the same time. So you can look at this and then listen to me run my mouth. So this is my page right there, Jay Working. That's my handle. Jay Working is where you find me at. You can find me on Twitter. I don't really be tweeting no more, but Jay Working on Twitter, Jay Working on Instagram, Jay Working on jayworking.com, Jay Working on YouTube. And if I could get away with, I got Jay Working as a like page on Facebook. Why you think I got Jay Working all over the place like that?
So you can reach in contact with everybody for your business.
Yeah. So, being on Google, Google kind of searches for, well, it's like just being consistent with your brand. So what's a brand?
A brand is something that is inside of you. It's something you made. It's something entitled to you.
Yeah. A brand is just basically your reputation. Okay? So you got two parts to the brand. You got strategy and you got identity. Okay? So the strategy and the identity makes the whole brand. So the identity is what it looks like. The strategy is my mission, right? I got a mission. I got a vision on where I'm seeing this go, right? And I got values about my brand and I'm staying consistent with that. That's the strategy, okay? The identity is my logo, my colors, and all of that stuff, okay? Even though we think that's important, but the strategy of where I see this going, my integrity, all about this brand and staying consistent with that all the time. Okay, that makes sense? So staying on brand is making sure that you're staying consistent and every time you show up to whoever you're showing up for, as far as like your YouTube or whatever, that you stay on brand all the time. Okay? Then I'm easily be found. Did you say you leave this class right now and you never come back here again, and 10 years from now you say, I remember that guy that had the cool jacket on with the beard, his name was Jay Working. I'm about to see where he at and pull him up. Now, if I change my handle and change my brand, what's going to happen? You ain't going to be able to pull me up. You're going to say, this major, I'm doing some major stuff. Let's connect again, okay? So make sure whatever you pick, but you can switch if you feel strongly about, like, I need to change my brand, this ain't working. You can make that decision too, okay? All right? All right, so this is my YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, for the most part, I'm what you call a designer, right? So a designer, I call myself a designer because I do multiple things. I do more than one thing. I think everybody will do more than one thing, and that's kind of what she was talking about. You will do more than one thing, so I think everybody should have a personal brand. Heard that before? Okay. So you should have a personal brand, you. Your personal brand is all the stuff that you do. Stuff you feel strong about, stuff I care about, the stuff that I talk about, the stuff that I do. And then people will call upon you to do all of these different things. Because I'm a designer, somebody might call me for some video. Jay, can you do some video? Yes. Jay, can you teach a class? Yes. Jay, can you come to my conference and talk? Jay, can you take a photography? Jay, can you coach me and tell me how to do this? Jay, can you market this? Yes. Okay? So it's like having multiple plates spinning. Why you have multiple plates spinning is like, well, spinning on a little thing, right? So the reason why I want multiple plates spinning is because if one fall down, guess what I got? I got other things spinning around, right? And then the way that we're made, we probably, if you're a creative kid and you look like one, like you probably get bored with certain stuff. Like I don't want to do video right now. I want to do something else. All right, so the thing is, like, you want to have multiple plates spinning because you may be bored with something. And the thing is, the more valuable you are, the more things you do, the more things that you can do, the more valuable you are. That makes sense? If you only do one thing, you're really not that valuable. But if I can do more than one thing, then I got more than one service, then I'm more valuable. Like Dak, he's a master in this, he's a master in that, he's a master in this. He understands the content. That makes sense? The thing is that right now, you and the way technology is, like, you could possibly, man, you could possibly, sky's the limit, sky's the limit, right? So being able to set up a web page, being able to, somebody pay you to do something is so easy for you to do. I see how your father is. He came in here, brought you in here, and it looks like he's a good role model for you to follow, of course, because that's your father. But let's just say that you had an idea, you saw something, you just take it to your father, like, Pops, I saw a camera, I saw a lens, I need it, look at my channel, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So the thing is, as a young man, you just make sure that you ask for the right stuff. Like, Pop, my computer's slow, I'm trying to get these clients, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. That make sense? All right, so I'm gonna come in here to my videos, my playlists, and one of the things that I could do is I could design. So you got a word called graphic design, and graphic design just means communicating a message visually. So when you go to that bathroom, you got the men's section, the women's section, and sometimes it may say men, sometimes it may say women, sometimes it may say family, sometimes it may say none of that, it may just have an icon up there. Because of that icon, you can look at it and tell. So that's communicating a message visually, right? So, and communicating a message may just be selling something, right? So one of the things that designers do is that they create printed collateral. So what does that mean? Print posters, print flyers, print brochures. Used to do it a lot. Now we do social media, so it's more online than print. But print not only means like printing on paper like a poster, but that shirt you got on. I may want to print a logo on there. You want to print something on something else. Okay? So that's graphic design. So understanding how to design, is some different rules to go along with it that makes it good. So you got principles and you got disciplines. So principles is just elements of design. You got circles, you got shapes, right? So you got circles, you got squares, you got geometric shapes. Then you got organic shapes, and that may just be anything that's not a circle or square. It could be a leaf, it could be something else, right? Then you got colors. So understanding colors, if you ever painted before, you understand, like, mixing colors is not just something that you can just do at the top of your head. You got to understand colors, right? So you got colors, you got shapes, and you may have a line, you got dots, you have fonts. So different fonts got different messages too, okay? So you might have a font that's just got straight text. You might have fonts that's like curvy. So different fonts have different feelings associated with it. You may be doing a flyer for a wedding versus doing a flyer for a coffee shop. You might use the different fonts, right, to give different feelings. So within all of those elements, you got disciplines. So what do I mean by disciplines? Disciplines mean that one thing that you may consider, and I'm gonna go over this so you can see it, is hierarchy. So what's hierarchy? Hierarchy means certain things are more important than others, okay? So if I got a flyer and it's gonna be Jay-Z coming to Cleveland State June 30th, and you gotta put these all on the poster. Are you gonna have June 30th huge and Jay-Z small and CSU tiny? So prioritizing that and understanding that too, right? So understanding color and understanding, like, there's other disciplines, like you got something called white space. White space just means like it's giving your page elements to move around. It gives it space. So when you look at it, you can clearly go through the flyer. You can clearly understand what's going on. It's not jumbled. You may see bad design and might not know it, but design to me is almost like architecture. So if you look at these cabinets right there, those cabinets are the same size up at the top. The handles, they all the same size. They the same height, the same space going across. So almost like bricks. Sometimes you could break that pattern up if you kind of designing it like that, but design is kind of like that too. So if you understand these principles and understand these disciplines, you'll be able to have a good design. As far as photography goes, that's the same thing too. Like photography, there's some different little things that, like if you have an interesting background, then your photography will look better. So if you got good photos and you know how to design them, that's gonna raise you up too. Doing video, doing video. It's two pieces to the video. You're shooting a video like I'm shooting right now, and then it's editing, right? So we get into cinematography on how do I edit? Do I got transitions? What type of shots do I have, right? I got different shots. I got close-up shots. I got long-range shots. I got super-duper micro close-up shots. And how do I tell a story with the video too? So just because I got a camera and I understand some of it don't mean that it's good storytelling. So how's the pace of it? How's the pace of my video? If I'm looking at the video, if I'm just doing a point and shoot video of me like this, if I'm bouncing in and out a little bit, like expanding the frame, maybe that makes it a little bit more interesting. If I'm explaining something and then I show videos of the explanation, right, that's called B-roll. A-roll is just me talking. So that's A-roll, and then B-roll is that. So what I'm saying is, I know I'm hitting y'all with a lot. What I'm saying is like everything that we get into or get interested in has a science to it. If we get in digging in deep into marketing, we got different terms that we need to understand that may be new to us, right? So, and video is different terms and graphic design is different terms. So if you really want to get into something and really understand it and be a practitioner in that, you know what I mean by practitioner? It's just more like a student or more like a professional in there. So if I want to be a practitioner in design, I really need to understand it, right? I need to understand the history. I need to understand all the principles, all the disciplines, how they work, and I try to do it. So if I deeply understand it, then I'm a practitioner in that, right? So not only can I make money by doing it, but I can also do this. I can make money by showing somebody else how to do it. That's important. And that's where you switch over from doing it to being able to show somebody how to do it. Ain't no other 12-year-olds in this class. Where they at? Exactly. Exactly. So you didn't just raise your value up. It's like, look, I took this class with Jay Working, and I learned something. Look at what I found out. Especially if you got some close companions that's on the same level as you. Because the thing is, what's beautiful about you is you don't have no kids and you don't have no wife, right? So you can totally focus on this, especially with your companions. If you focus on this with your companions, you can say, look, I'm gonna work on this design stuff. Take a look at this marketing stuff that I found out. Okay? So that makes sense? All right, so I'm gonna pull up a part of this design stuff just so you can see. You heard of Photoshop before? You know what that is? Okay. So you have something called photo compositing, and that's just kind of like blending images together. But you also got something called Illustrator. Heard of that before? Illustrator? Illustrator is like a vector program. It's almost like brother and sister. Once you kind of understand one, then you can understand another one, right? And then I'm gonna just show you a video that I did. I'm gonna mute it because it's gonna be loud. All right, this is a little, how old is this? This is 8 years old. I've been doing it for a long time. So now, I'm just dropping some, you can't see, but I got another screen over here, so I'm prepping some images and dropping them in. So just like I'm cutting these images out and all of that stuff, right now you could easily do that with a click of a button. You don't need to some of the principles that I'm doing right now is a little easier to do. You see this right here? This is just layers. So you can see this is on top of that. So layers is just stacking stuff on top of each other. It's a little blurry though, and the other one is a little clear. I'm gonna try to sharpen that up. So this right here is just a mask. So you can see that I'm kind of masking out the areas, and I'm adjusting like the tones on it too. So this, I'm sure you've seen Canva before. So in Canva, you can kind of do some of this stuff, right? I'm flipping stuff around. I'm kind of doing a combination of Bane, the Joker, and what's his name? Yeah. So now the thing is, the key to it is really being able to take all these different images from different spots and blend them in and make them look like they all together. So that's kind of like this brush when I'm brushing over. I'm kind of brushing in like different effects and different tones on top of that. Once I get the overall look of what I want it to look like, and then I'll start adding like lights and stuff to it, adding clouds behind it. So as I get it to how I want it, I'll start adding effects like that's like dust, like that's like almost like fire, like sparks from fire and stuff like that. So as I understand how to use the tool, I'll add in shadows where I think shadows could be added. So that makes sense? You got questions? That's cool? Huh? One more. Let me see. Oh, I'm using Illustrator with this. So this is more like a vector. I got music on here? A little bit. So with this is more like a vector program, this Illustrator. So this is more like drawing it out using shapes, right? And with a combination of shapes and different colors and stuff, I should still be able to pull off the image. You seen this before? Something like this before? So all I did is take a picture of myself and I take down the opacity so I can see through it. And then with the pen, I kind of fill it in. So that's what right there, that's just a pen tool. So sometimes it's like I'll get on YouTube and look up like different tutorials and stuff so I can learn how to do it some, and then I'll try it out. And then whatever I learn and stuff that I take away, I could just build upon that, right? So the thing is, I put this on the YouTube channel. Why? I put this on the YouTube channel so I can show people I know what I'm talking about. I could prove that I am who I say I am. Remember I said the word that we're taking away today is a practitioner. So I'm a practitioner in design. I'm adding shadows in there. And just it's like some of the same principles that we use with painting. We got midtones, shadows, and highlights. So some of the same principles apply. I'm sampling colors and adding stuff on there, right? So at the end of the day, how much can I charge for this? Thousands. I charge thousands. Like, can you do that for me? Because the thing is, like, once you start putting stuff on your channel, you probably already got a channel. People gonna ask you, can you edit this video for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? How much? You young, so you can't charge thousands yet. But, you know, you could figure out the price on what you want to charge. But you could use AI, using AI stuff? ChatGPT? What do you mean? You don't? You don't? Oh. What you don't like about it? True. It can be used to cheat. If we look at it a different way, if, let's just say I'm trying to figure out how much to charge for this, right? So the only way that I can figure out how much to charge for this is to see what's most designers charging for this and what's the base price. So all that really is just grabbing some data. That's not cheating. That's not having a conversation or nothing, right? That's just me getting some data. What's this data based off of? So we make sure Because this data is based off of people from this age to that age. So that's different, right? So just like what I'm doing in here is a tool, the AI is a tool. So it can help you enhance what you're doing. So I wouldn't draw a line in the sand and say I don't want to use it because people use it to cheat. So make sure that you look at it again and say, how are people using this in a good way? Even if you don't want to use it, you still should understand how to use it. Because you don't have no choice. It's on your phone, it's on the computer, you're probably using it already. So it is connected to it. So if I need help understanding something, I can quicker, right? So the thing is, like, we want to make sure that we really do our research before we say, no, I don't want to do it, right? So I'm here to be an advisor for you to say, I'm using it and I'm using it a lot and I ain't cheating, okay? So the way that I use it is I'm looking up stuff quicker. I can summarize stuff quicker. I can speed up what I'm doing. Because AI not just like kids just writing papers, but if I need to create some emails and I'm not really good at creating emails, it'll help me create these emails. So it can speed me up. Make sense? Or if I write something and then I'm like, give me a different idea on how to approach this, maybe I could do it. So don't take my word for it. Just look it up and see, like, how are people using it in a good way? How you feel about Midjourney? Midjourney is text prompts to images. You seen this before? All right, if I type in these words, I can create these images. If I click on one of these images right here, I can see what they put in there. Right, so if I come up here and I say, Batman in a new robot suit. He got to be in a new robot suit, sitting on a throne in the snow. I can keep going. And I could say what type of Batman. I could say what type of background, lighting, shot, angle, car, whatever, sky's the limit, whatever I stick in there. I'm in this explore part right here is just what other people are creating. Right here, when I create something, it's gonna go over here to create. So this is explore, this is just giving you a look at, see what other people are creating. I could kind of steal their prompts. Oh, that's wild. So it's like, however creative you get with your prompts, you could get really some crazy results. Look at that. All right, so let me see what I get. I'm gonna hit enter. Then I come down to create. It's gonna give me 4 examples. So it's gonna. There go my Batman. Oh my goodness. He don't really have a techie suit on like I like, but oh, that's hard. I can make him look realistic. I can just do whatever. But this is prompts to images, and you may see this somewhere else, but Midjourney is probably one of the best that could do it. By coming down in here, I'm probably seeing, like, look at that. Look at that. So if I come in here, I could kind of take I could take this whole prompt right here, bam, and I could edit it. So I'm gonna cut out the smiling, blue pill tongue part, comic book style. I'm gonna do this part. I'm gonna do the Batman again. Batman sitting on a throne. And then I'm gonna paste in this other stuff. See, the thing is, like, people that been in Midjourney so crazy, they got art doodles by different artists and pop style and print effect and all of that stuff. I may not Ristograph, illustration, pink and yellow colors. I may not know all of that. Dudes is crazy. They didn't figure it out. All kind of styles, lenses, all kind of stuff that gets you crazy results. I'll just copy off of them. So instead of doing the smiling face with the blue pill, I'm gonna just do my Batman sitting on the throne, but I'm gonna do the comic book style because I want this look right here, but I just want it for my thing. Right here, I'm really getting basic. I'm just saying Batman in a new robot suit, but I'm really not getting detailed in, let's just say I like this, but I want it to be a little bit bigger. It's too small. If I wanted to scoot him over, if I wanted to zoom out, zoom in, I can. If I want to pan him over, I can. If I want to rerun it again, I can. So that's, if I want to make it stronger effect, I can. If I want to upscale it, I can. Like if it's a detailed picture, like if it's clouds, if it's a ground, or if it's something, it'll regenerate all of that. Like we almost got this in our phones. Like some of the new phones updated, like you could select different stuff and move it, delete it, scoot it over. Like you could add footage to film now. Let's just say I shot some film and I didn't shoot it long enough. Now I can hit a button and then it'll make it longer. So a lot of this stuff, like he said, he don't know about the AI. Like a lot of this stuff, the way I created stuff before, the way y'all create stuff is way easier. It takes me less time to do it. I need a flyer. I click a button and bam, I got my flyer. I don't have to take no class. I don't have to go to Akron U. I don't have to sit hours and learn all these principles and stuff. I just click a button, stick my text in there and ship that joint off and have people come to my website. Before I had to learn HTML, CSS, all of this stuff, hours to make a website. Y'all don't have to do that. You just click a button, boom, oh, I like how that look, take some pictures. Look, if I go right here to explore, come down in here, this stuff look realistic. That look real. You know what I mean? This is all stuff that people typed in. Let's just say I was just searching for like different Batmans. I could come right over here to search whatever I'm looking for. So before, you would just do a Google search on like, I don't know, maybe a landscape or something that you was looking for. Because you could always mix and match. What I mean by mix and match is I can create landscapes right here, take photos of a real model and blend them together. So now I got different aesthetics from different spots that people don't even know where it came from. That's the power in being creative. I could go on Pinterest and find some inspiration and grab pieces and parts. You just sat here through the Photoshop class. You saw me take 3 pictures and blend them together, right? So it's the same thing. It's just I'm blending them together here. I'm grabbing something from over here. I'm grabbing something that I took. Or I like this texture over here. Maybe I like this texture of this wall right there. I could take pictures of that texture on that wall, bring it in my computer, and mass produce it and make it bigger. Don't nobody know how I cooked all this stuff up. It's like gumbo, right? It's like I cook up a whole bunch of stuff and now I created a style. What's gonna make it faster for me? So instead of using a pen tool to cut a picture out, now I could just quickly click the button and cut it out. So instead of creating a flyer from scratch, why would I do that? I'll just jump into Canva and just hit a button real quick and create it real quick, and then I'll be done. I could look at it and see if it's good or not. I talk about this all the time. You heard me a million times. It's still like an artist. So am I still in the video? What's in the video? I'm following a bunch of people that's creating content like me. Do they have an intro? How's he starting off? How long is it? What's he talking about? You taking notes and you mimicking this stuff because it's a proven fact of how it works. He's got an email list. Let me get on the email list and see how many emails he's sending out. What's in the email list? Let me copy and paste this email list, stick it in the ChatGPT, and create something like this for me. I could say, ChatGPT, do not copy at all. I like what he's doing. How is he doing it? Oh, he's got a outline. He's talking about mindset. He's getting into personal beliefs. He's getting into some history about himself. He's giving some 10 problems. He's giving 10 solutions, and he's giving a conclusion. You kind of wasn't in here, but I talked about being a practitioner in whatever you're trying to do, right? So it's almost like with the Six Sigma stuff, you got to understand it before you can start getting creative and twisting it how you want to. You can come in here and say, I need help. Oh, look, I'm gonna attach an image. I'm in ChatGPT. Okay, I'm in Chat. I'm gonna attach this image. So I'm gonna attach a image from the computer. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna upload this and say, bam. Okay, so look, I'm gonna take this and see if it works. A close-up, striking image of a female, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna copy that, bam.
Wow.
Huh?
I said, wow, I'm just in awe.
We got 2 minutes. Hold on, we got 2 minutes. Gotta get out of here. I'm gonna put this in here and see what we get, and we gotta get out of here. Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
1 o'clock.
Oh, I thought 1:30.
I know,
You should
this is
keep me in here.
11:30 to 1:30.
That's why I said come at 11. I'm stuck in that prompt that I got from ChatGPT and see what it give me.
I'm gonna go home and play with my computer.
You good? You should.
Yeah, it's been sitting there.
Cause you should. Bam! Look at that.
Oh, okay.
That's close to what I had, ain't it?
So you just took that prompt back to Midjourney. This is
Yeah.
what they developed.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what I used,
Yeah.
and that's what I got. Boom.